Okay, hello. Quick guide to emotional breakdowns. Sometimes it comes in a surprise. I thought that I'm on the right track. Everything is good. I feel that I overcome some kind of emotional problem that I have, some kind of an undesirable emotion that controlled me. And I walked in the world and I felt everything is okay. And then the depression felt on me and the sadness or the addiction or the anxiety. I don't know where it came on me and how did it came. And I sometimes I heard a lesson. I went through a good therapy session and I felt like a bit, I uplifted myself and I felt a bit, in a good mood and my emotions I discover good emotions and then, wow, where did it came to me? I thought that I overcome stress. Why the stress came back? And most of the prices, the physical prices that we pay come from stress because stress charge its price because stress, knows how to control the body. We have the soul, we have the body. Stress, what it does, it's like a bit there's a boundary between the light, the illumination, and the animation of the soul in the body. So what can we do? What can we do when we are feeling an emotional breakdowns? Let's count few advices that could help us overcome those undesirable emotions, that those breakdowns, those emotional breakdowns that comes on us without in a surprise. First, but before we count those few advices, first we have to remember that it's very natural. Those emotional breakdowns are natural. Why? I take you back to the Alter Rebbe, Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi. Ways of the way he understands the soul is psychotherapy knowledge or understanding or psychological or the Jewish psychology. What does it say? We have an inner battle that takes place every day, every minute, all of the time, and this inner battle, it's between two forces, two souls. One of them wants what it wants. It wants a connection. It wants unify life, to unify me with the external world. It wants to see that I have meaning and I know where I take myself. It's like it's a very unique soul, and the other one it's very egocentric. That all its questions is about what do I get out of this situation? What do I get? What do I derive from the connection with my spouse, with my friends? What do I connect? What do I get from relationship at all? And this other soul, this other soul is the responsible for all the undesirable emotions, because whenever I'm in the middle, whenever I'm egocentric, whenever I think only about myself, then undesirable emotions can control me, like anxiety. What will happen with me? Without me, there is nothing to think about what will happen. And if I'm concentrate in this minute, if I'm like living this minute, and there is no me to think about what will happen in the next hour, if in the future, if I will be able to pay the mortgage or whatever. So we have to remember that it's very natural, this inner battle. This inner battles happens every day and every minute. So if there is a battle, sometimes you are up and sometimes you are down. It's a roller coaster. And in this roller coaster, we have to navigate ourselves. Intermediate, Benoni, in the language of the Alter Rebbe, is the one that wins every moment again and again. I remind you, my only book that was translated to English is Winning Every Moment Again, and you, winning every moment. That's the idea. And when I win this moment, that means what? That means that the uplifting soul, the soul that looks for unity in this world, it's the one that controls my behavior, my thoughts, me. And and when I lose, the other soul, the egocentric soul, now controls me. So if it's natural, I should know that there are times that it will come, that I will fall, that I will be that this soul will control me, and I'll think about myself and get to depression. What do I have to bring to the world? What is my life meaning? What do I want for myself? All those questions, a lot of time, it's like it's throwing myself into a pit without being able to take me to outreach, to get out of it. Why? Because it's all about me. And I should know that there is not even 1 minute that I can allow myself not to be on guard, not to be able to know that there is an inner battle, not to pay attention. I read something maybe you read the new book of Netanyahu that he wrote about himself. It's an autobiography. And he wrote that when he was in Sayeret Matkal, in a special unit, and they went to sleep at night with their arms outside of their blanket. Why? Because if somebody will come, they will be fast in reaching to their gun and and handling the situation. And it says until now, when he's 73 years old, till now when he's going to sleep, he's sleeping, he cannot cover himself with a blanket. Why? Because he got used to that. And it's like each one of us, it's like he's a warrior in a special unit. What does it mean? That you have to remember that the fight is waiting for you every moment outside. And if you won't be in alert, and if you want to remember that you have to win this situation, sorry, and to overcome the undesirable emotion, or the undesirable soul, or it's not an undesirable soul, it's the soul that very egocentric soul will control you. And when it controls you, sooner or later, you will fall into depression, anxiety, being full of yourself, all kinds of other traits that not good traits, like attributes that connect you to addiction or whatever. Okay. The third point that I want to emphasize before getting into the advices is that I should not define myself by the breakdowns. When I have a breakdown, I should know it's an external thing. It's not me. I don't let them define myself, because if I define myself with the breakdown, I am a despair person. I'm a person that suffers from anxiety. It will control me. I give them place. I have to define myself, sorry, with the higher attributes that I have in my soul, with the higher traits that I have in myself. With them, I should define myself, like with what I really can be, and not with what I am. Let's push forward a little bit and see a few. You know what? I have few more things to say before we'll get into the advices. The fourth thing is never get into despair. When I know it's natural, what it comes out from the understanding that my breakdowns are natural, that I should never get into despair or should be in self-accusation. Why I act like that? Why I did like that? Whenever I'm in this place, I will never be able to do what I have to do, and is to win, to win my undesirable emotion. It's an endless battle, and all my essence, my life essence, is to win those battles. So I cannot be in despair. What if your child will be in depression? You will say, okay, stay in depression and that's it. No, you will try everything you can to get him out of this depression. So never to be in a place that I accuse myself. I wasn't like that and I didn't do. There is no use to getting backward and thinking about yourself, and never be in the state of despair. Another point. What comes out of the understanding that it's very natural, our breakdowns are natural, is to invest in preventing consciousness, to learn about how should I think, what kind of glasses I should wear. Because we invest so much. There are those that knows that if they won't invest in physical health, in their body, in their nutrition, they will pay the price. The same with our mental and emotional nutrition. You have to nutrite, you have to feed yourself with the right fats, with the right beliefs, with the right way of thinking, with the right faith. Without that, at the end, you won't be healthy. It's true in the physical world and the physical body, and it's true in the mental world and the mental body. And two last things before we'll get into the advices. We have to remember that whenever I suffer from a breakdown, it's in my own color. It's mine. That means there is hidden in it a great benefit, advantage that I will be able to use if I will be able to open my eyes and to see it. If I'll be able to see it, I will see a great advantage in my fall down, in my breaks, in my emotional breakdowns. And that comes from the idea that in each one of us there is a battle, and the battle is because of it's because of my personality, and my personality, it's connected to my inner attributes, and more important to the attribute, to the emotion that controls me. Each one of us has a special emotion that controls his life. That it's very controls is not the right word. It's very dominant in his life. And this attribute, which is very dominant in his life, navigate his life. If he has a tendency to always be angry about others, that means he's never satisfied. So you can understand you are angry. Why? Because you want things to be as you want. So and you want things to be complete and to be in the right way. So try to not to act in an angry way and to destroy your family and your relationship, but to take this inner emotion, inner motivation, and the motivation to bring the world to a better place, and to do that, and to be angry about yourself that you don't do that, not with self-accusation, but with a motivation that will push you forward. And the last thing to remember, that when in this inner battle between those two souls, there are times that I need to give the right hand over, the right effort to jump over the wall. There will be a time, it's like it's a war that's happening every minute, and those moments that now I should stand up, now I should jump, now I should do something, now I should overcome. It's like I should, now I should extract myself, disconnect myself from thinking about myself in one way and think myself in another way. And it's like switching from one mode to another mode. And this switching takes for me a lot of power, but it's like a power in doing something right now. And I should remember now, when I'm in a good mood and I have good emotions, I should remember that when those undesirable emotions will come, there will be this moment that I should do this effort, that I should invest this effort. Without that, I won't be able to jump. Okay, for me, what can we do? There are two trajectories, two paths that we have to follow. One of them we will talk now, and another we will talk next video. One of them, it's the short term work that we have to invest, and the second one is the long term. What is the long term? The long term connects to understand my breakdowns and my emotional breakdowns. What is this long term work or advices that I can adapt? First, few points. First, we have to learn about the soul. Without learning about the soul, you won't be able to know what is happening inside, under the car cover. Without, knowing why I'm suffering from depression, why I'm suffering from anxiety, why things happen to me, without understanding my moods, without understanding my inner engine or my motivation engine, I will surprise when those breakdowns will come. So we have to learn. We have to learn about our soul. Learning about our soul, what are the ingredients of the soul, how it works, how it connects to the body, what are thoughts, what are emotions, what do I have, how do I fulfill the potential of the mind, how do I use my mind, how do I connect between the mind and the emotions, why is these connections suffer from so many barriers and blockages, how do I take out those blockages, etc., etc. How do I find my life mission? How do I know that I'm on the right trajectory? How do I do clarity in my life? All kinds of questions that without understanding my inner attributes, I won't be able to overcome in real time. Second, it's not. I would, if it was translated to English, I would say that the book Breaking the Boundaries of the Personality, Jewish Foundations, Jewish Psychology Foundations, was just being written and published in Hebrew, and I hope it will be published in English. So when it will be published in English, I will recommend about it. It's my last book, my 11th one. Another point is to learn at all. Doesn't matter what you learn, because when you learn, you have to be a person that develops himself. Without learning, emotions get control on my life. When I learn, my mind controls my emotions. So it's so important to weaken my emotions and to give strength to the mind, and to fulfill the potential of the mind. Without learning, it won't be possible. When you learn, like, it doesn't matter now what you learn, history or chemistry, you get out of your place. You adapt a broad zoom. You see things from another perspective. That's why it's so important to have an hour, 2 hours a week that you learn. Even more is better. The more is better. But it's so important to develop yourself. Third, to find my life vision. And we had a lot of talks about life mission. What does it mean? A lot of people make a huge mistake that it's all about themselves. They're thinking about what about me, what is my mission, what is my meaning, and it is the wrong way to find your mission in the world. And we'll add another video that will deal with that. In the world, finding my mission is finding what the world, when I win the world, it's like, what is my environment needs from me? What is my mission in this moment? And not what I want from the others, not what I can get, what I can bring to the world, how I can influence it. Third thing is to learn about trust and confidence. What does it mean to bring God back into the picture? And when you bring it into the picture, it cannot be that you have God in the picture and you have trust, and in the same moment you have, and in the same time you have undesirable emotions or breakdown. Because when there is a live God in your life, you know that every moment is precise for you, in order that you will develop yourself. And without that, there is no use of having a God that is creating every moment anew. So when you walk on this consciousness, it's like it's preventing you from falling from the beginning. Another point, very important point, is to set small tasks, not only to see, things from above and what I want myself. A lot of time, usually, it could break me because I see a vision and I'm not in this vision yet, but the gap between the place that I'm in it and where I want to put myself and my vision, it's a huge gap that it makes me miserable in a way and in depression. So what's the point? Find yourself daily, small missions that you do every day, and through them develop yourself. Those small missions will help me overcome those breakdowns. And 2 last points. Remember, the more I will deal with myself, the more I will be in the center. The more it's about me, the less I feel good. Why? Because I feed the undesirable emotions with those thoughts that deals only about me. The more I'm in the center, the more I'm egocentric. It's a recipe for undesirable emotion. The more I will get out of myself with different techniques, not thinking about myself, doing different things, getting out of the picture, thinking about others, helping others. Doesn't matter. I do not mean helping others through being a good person. I mean helping others not only to be a good person, but not to deal with myself all day long. The more you'll get out of yourself. You can see when you write, when you think, you don't think about yourself, you feel now emotional prosperity, let's say like that. And that's you have to develop techniques not to be in the center, because the egocentric soul wants to be in the center. And last, which is something that I won't develop right now, it's a very important thing to know how to navigate and to control the thoughts. Without controlling the thoughts, nothing could happen, because this is the arena, this is where the battles happens. Everything happens in the thoughts. Without knowing how to navigate, how to say to different thoughts, no, you cannot penetrate into my life, and how to invite thoughts that I now choose about them, that I decide to let them place. Without knowing this mastery, this art, it's very hard to control or to overcome breakdowns. So those were a few points in order to make clarity. How do I overcome breakdowns? And the most important thing was not to get into despair, I think. To understand that it's very natural and it's our life mission, and we can do that, and we have to do that, and we have to overcome with movement of happiness, with understanding that this is a part of what we are being needed to do in the world. You are more than welcome to subscribe if you like our content. And to this channel, to this growing channel, we only started, and see you in the next video.